Hey everybody, it's me. Sorry for the mess. It's a little bad in here. I'm actually just moving into my new place real quick, and as you can see, there's still stuff everywhere. So, so this is my first time doing a vlog. You'll have to be kind to me. This is my a frontier endeavor for me, if you will. So I appreciate your patience. I might ramble a lot, but maybe that's what you want. So let's see what happens. But I've been getting a lot of questions, and a lot of people have been asking me to do a vlog. So I'm going to take an opportunity here to answer some questions, and more importantly, address a few things that have obviously been coming at me as far as the last episode goes as well. So stick around, that's where all the juicy stuff is. But right now, let's get to some fun questions I got on Facebook. So the first one is, who are your idols and why? Well, I've had a lot of people that I've looked up to throughout my life. I was actually raised by a single mother, so I looked to father figures a lot growing up. And one of my favorite ones, and more importantly, a man of real confidence and just ability to do so much with his life, but still be entertaining at the same time, is Frank Zappa. The man's a genius. I could go on about him forever, but I've read almost all of his biographies. I've studied with him. I even did a small class one time when I was in college and went back to my high school teaching the political history of America through Frank Zappa songs. You can do it because he was really, really precise, and his opinions were often really neutral. He was neither, Republican or Democrat. He was just him. He was just Frank. And man, I'll tell you, I wish he was alive, because I would love to meet that man to this day. He is the greatest American composer of the 20th century. I would put it down, hands down. So, okay, the next question is, do I still talk with any or all of the contestants from King of the Nerds? And hell yeah, I do! They're awesome people. We still keep in touch all the time. In fact, I think, as you guys know, Joshua and I are still, hanging out on Twitter or going and visiting each other, doing random events and all this other stuff. But I still talk to Danielle. I still talk to Moo. Still talk to Alana. Virgil and I are on great terms. I'll get to that later. And Genevieve, I'm going to see her later today. So yeah, I'm on great terms. John, Pop Rocks and I, we just hung out at a metal show not too long ago. We went and saw Steel Panthers. Yeah, it was fucking awesome, is what it was. But yeah, no, we're all really. That's the best part about doing this show and being nerds, is that we all still have such a strong connection with each other. It feels good to be around them, and more importantly, they're all decent, excellent human beings as well too, so that makes up for a ton of it. And okay, here's the big question: where did Chicken Panda come from? Oh, Chicken Panda. I had no idea, guys. That's my phone. I had no idea Chicken Panda would ever turn into what he is now. It's amazing. And the inception for Chicken Panda was actually really simple. We had a couple hours to kill, where they let us use the remotes for the flyers from episode 3 for, as long as the batteries lasted. So we played the batteries until they died. And we did some strategy planning a little bit. And so we're like, okay, well, what are we going to do? We got a couple hours to kill. And I think Danielle and Joshua got talking. It's like, well, Ivan's out, so maybe we can make him a mascot. Maybe we can have him root or cheer for us, and be part of a cheerlead squad for Team Servants of the Forsaken Orb. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. That sounds fun. Yeah, let's make that happen. But what mascot? What would my mascot be? And we eventually came back to when I was putting on that little chicken nose that I brought with me from home, by the way, and Danielle's spirit hoodie, her panda spirit hood. And I just randomly came up with Chicken Panda because he was just a dude, a southern gentleman who was going to make them laugh, because, everyone was a little down from just being on the show and having to deal with the eliminations and stuff like that. So I wanted to cheer him up. So Chicken Panda came out of nowhere and just entertained him a little bit and got some laughs out of it. But then when we were sitting in that war room deciding what mascot we were gonna do, it was really clear. Daniel was like, Chicken Panda, let's do Chicken Panda. And so we just made the loudest, most obnoxious outfit you could possibly imagine, and that was how Chicken Panda was born, ladies and gentlemen. I was so nervous being in that room doing that character, but Chicken Panda does his best, and I think he did well. I am proud of what Chicken Panda has accomplished in that war room. So, anyway, what's been the favorite nerd off, huh? So my favorite nerd off, I think, has clearly been the one that I was in. But I'll tell you, all of them have been really fun. The chess game in particular I thought was epic. Hendrik and John were just badasses playing that game. I thought it was so cool. But I didn't really pay attention to my nerd off too much, at least as far as outside parameters go. I was just really focused on making the matches and then memorizing my grid so that I could get past the wall of distraction, so to speak. Yeah, that was definitely enjoyable. It was fun. It was bittersweet, obviously, because I had to send my boy Joshua home, but that I would have happily had gone by him. I just want that to be clear, and I would have been perfectly fine with me. I try to not have any regrets in my life, so whatever happens, happens, and I always just try to do my best and make the best out of the situation. So, which kind of leads me into the next bit. As a lot of people have been kind of asking, hey, why'd you get all up in Virgil's face like that so hard when it was clear that he didn't give you anything in the conversation about you being okay as far as the Blextrophy team goes? And there's a lot to that. So obviously this is television and they don't show every single conversation that was had in the house, but that was only the first of a couple of conversations that I had with Virgil. So, but that really doesn't matter because, yeah, I did get angry, and I guess at the end of the day, what this comes down to is people do get angry. So I think that was the largest blow-up I've had in my life, period. Minus maybe one other instance in high school. I think that's pretty much the only time I've ever got that mad, and I think it was just a combination of the stress. I really did think it was nice of them to consider me such a high contender, but at the moment I was just upset with Virgil because the conversation we had really did make me feel like maybe I was in the clear. Because the last conversation we had was, hey, if I'm going to go on the nerd off, I just want to be prepared. So should I have anything to worry about? And that conversation, was a little more direct in leading me to think that things were fine. So it still wasn't cool for me to get up in his face, but everyone has a moment, and trust me, on this show, everyone has a moment that they have to put up with, and it's just about acceptance and dealing with it, and I have no regrets on this show. I don't. I think I did everything to the best of my ability, and I tried my absolute hardest to just be the best Ivan I can be, and whatever they decide to show is completely up to them, and I commend them for doing such an amazing job up to this point anyway. So, and Virgil and I are totally cool, by the way. Like, we still talk a lot, and actually think that we have a lot in common, Virgil and I. And he's a really cool dude. If you don't watch his Hangout commentaries, do it, because it's not Hangout, I'm sorry, just his G+ commentaries. They're just excellent. So, Virgil, I mean, sorry I got all bull in your face, buddy. We had our moment, but it's past now, and you're a cool dude. So, I'll leave it at that. Final and last question is, people ask how tall I am. So, probably as a result of me looming over like that. I'm 6'2", so I'm pretty tall. I've always been a tall kid. And that was actually one of the reasons I got picked on a lot, because I was kind of shy, and in middle school especially, I was just tall and lanky and just kind of goofy looking. So I've kind of hit the 6-foot mark pretty early in life. I'd say around 15, 16. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, leave in some comments. Make sure you subscribe. Still totally new to this, so you tell me how I did. So I'd appreciate your feedback. All right, take care, guys.